Hi, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review. I've already done a theatrical review of Thunderbolts, so this will be more about the 4K Steelbook and maybe the occasional spoiler-related thing. But anyway, let's talk about Thunderbolts. Well, I really liked this on second watch. I almost went back to the theater to see it again, but life was busy and more movies were coming out, so I waited. Pre-ordered the Steelbook. It came in a few days late. The movie was released on Tuesday. My Walmart actually had some on Monday. No Steelbooks, though. A lot of these Marvel Steelbooks and some other Steelbooks are selling out before they hit stores. So that's, good for some of us who don't mind pre-ordering, but bad for people who look for it on the day of and go, why are there none of these around? By the way, if you haven't pre-ordered a Steelbook of Superman, you may be out of luck. Now, a lot of Steelbooks, not to get off on a tangent here, but they will get reprints. Some of the ones that are out of print right now, like Tombstone or Kingdom of Heaven, those seem to be selling out very quickly, but they've already reprinted them and made more. With some of these others that are limited edition when they first come out, not always getting a reprint. So if you really want a movie, for me, it's usually when I walk out of the theater. If I go, yeah, Sinners, I want to watch that. The Sinners Steelbook sold out before they hit stores. Anyway, Thunderbolts. It's a nice Steelbook. I like the design, and I like the movie even better the second time. In the theater, when I walked out, I'm like, this is a good Marvel movie. One of the better ones in recent times. It got really good reviews, something like 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it underperformed, only making about $382 million on a $180 million budget. All the money is on the screen. Most everything is practical. Sure, there's computer-generated and digital extensions and elements, but overall, the movie looks very grounded and real. The 4K crushes the Blu-ray, which looks really good, but some of the things in this movie just lend themselves to 4K, i.e. the bad guy. When we finally get to see the Void, and it's basically a character who is matte black, like no light in there, and two shining eyes out of it, in bright sunlight. This is something that 4K and HDR does really, really well. Those black levels are just crisp, and the character looks amazing. All you can see, it's like a cutout of just a hole in the sky with eyes in it. Really interesting. Most of the computer-generated stuff looks really good. I really like the set pieces. Some of the fight scenes are really well done. The lack of shaky cam is wonderful in a movie like this. Jake Schreier directed it. He's directed a lot of really good TV stuff. And I think he knocked this one out of the park because this one is dealing with some more complex issues. If you just watch it as a Marvel superhero movie, it's fine. It has connective tissue to a lot of different movies and the Marvel universe in general. Julia Louis-Dreyfus comes back as her character. But Francis Pugh, Sebastian Stan, Wyatt Russell, Lewis Pullman really knocks it out of the park. Quite a few characters come back from earlier movies, but there are real times in this movie that doesn't feel like your typical Marvel flick. There are a lot of Marvel tropes in it, no doubt about it, but overall, the movie has a more organic and grounded feel. Like these people, they start out as just kind of thrown together and actually trying to kill each other and trying to become a team and get to know each other and take each other at face value. And some of the comedy comes from them being honest with themselves and honest with each other. And the situational comedy of it works within the confines of a darker story. The bad guy and what Lewis Pullman has to pull off, literally playing three characters in the movie, really did a great job with it. And where it leaves things also, it could connect to other things and it could not. There's obviously a nod to what came in the Fantastic Four movie, but that hasn't paid off yet. We still don't know why that interdimensional ship was in one of those post-credit scenes. The other post-credit scene of Red Guardian in the supermarket was cute. And I like that. Marvel did the same thing with Fantastic Four. One of the in-credit scenes was cute, and one was connective. If you're a Marvel fan, you've probably already seen this and passed judgment on it, but if you've kind of sworn off superhero movies, well, this was a good one. And you don't have to know about all the characters to get the gist of the movie. We're dealing with teamwork, loneliness, taking people at face value, honesty, doing the right thing even. And not in like a preachy way. It's just this is how things should be. I think the movie does really well with all the things it tries to handle, and it's not the most spectacular film, although it looks really great in 4K. Like I said, some of the things, especially the darker scenes, that opening scene with Florence Pugh going about her daily routine of jobs that she has to perform, and she's got a fight scene that stretches across the entire screen with long shadows because it's lit from one end. And I mentioned this when I saw the theatrical, and it looks even crisper on the Blu-ray. Not that this is a crisp 4K transfer, but it's very filmic looking, and I really didn't find any anomalies in it at all. I also thought the Dolby Atmos surround was a bit more aggressive than most of the latest Marvel movies. With Marvel movies before they started being authored by Fox, now they're working with Fox on distribution and things like that, you had to turn up the Atmos soundtracks a few dB to get them to where a typical movie soundtrack would be in your home theater. Well, this movie I didn't have to turn up, and it has a lot of overhead effects. That scene where he shoots up into the clouds, you know what I'm talking about? That was really a lot in the overheads. That was really cool. And there are a lot of spatial things. I really thought this was a really good Atmos soundtrack. Both audio and video are great, and the steelbook's really cool. The design, it's a mixture of matte black and some shiny stuff, so in the light you can see more detail and more stuff. And I like the design and the spoiler on the back of it too. Anyway, long story short, I think it's a 4K. You should pick it up. You should get it over the Blu-ray for sure. The steelbook, if you can find one, is also worth getting. And if you haven't watched the movie yet, a lot of people didn't, it's a good Marvel movie. And now we're back on an upward ramp, it feels like, because after this, we had Fantastic Four, which was really great. So I'm excited for you to check it out. Maybe talk to me in the comments about what you did or didn't like about it. I thought the ensemble cast did a good job. I thought everybody was great in the film. Characters you didn't like going in, like I'm not a fan of Wyatt Russell's character, but I thought they did a great job presenting him as a real human with dimensions and sides, and it was interesting. Like watching it a second time, I liked it even more. So, highly recommend Thunderbolts. Check it out if you get a chance. Scott, I'm ROCKFILE. More podcasts on the way. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a spectacular day.